We love. Oh! Congratulations, Sunday! All right, we are live. Thank you, everybody, for joining. If you can kindly smash the like button, let's get this party started. Lots of news to talk about today with Disneyland, Walt Disney World, Knott's Berry Farm, and then Q&A. That's our goal today. We got Just As Danny in the house. Danny, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm good. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers watching and out there.
Happy Mother's Day. Today, very important day. Hope you got to spend time with your families, everybody, and most importantly, your mom. Hug your mom, kiss your mom, tell her you love her. Today's that day. Do it every day, though. As I told Coco today, I was like, every day is Mother's Day. All right. We got a lot of people already in the chat. Let's get this party started. We got some news that dropped, and it's came through American Idol. Where are we at? Where are these videos? Okay, so we got two videos. Man, can I do it? Never mind. I gotta go to Instagram. Is it Disney Parks? Disney Parks. Okay. So we got two videos that have dropped, or is it their Twitter? Disney Park? Oh my gosh.
I think it was on the... They posted it on Parks blog, actually.
Parks blog. There we go. You're right. I got it. All right. Let's do this. Tiana's Bayou Adventure has finally been dropped. It's official. There was some controversy in the morning, but it is official from Disney themselves. Let me see if I can play it. All right, Danny. There it is. June 28th. It's official. Before we keep going, let's get to the business right here. Now, what's that? I hear about previews. If you're wondering how Tiana will cater to her regulars, you might just hear some delightful details about the preview opportunities ahead of the official grand opening. For Florida-based cast member, annual pass holder, and eligible Disney Vacation Club members soon. Keep an eye out, and information will come May 14th, so Tuesday. More information on how to experience the attraction is coming soon. Stay tuned on Disney Parks blog. What is this sentence right here? This sentence, Danny. What? Everything was awesome until that sentence. Are we reading into that? Or is that telling me we're getting boarding groups, Danny? How do you feel?
I don't necessarily know that it's boarding groups, but it's for sure going to be Lightning Lane, right? And so I think they just probably want to clarify. Maybe it is boarding groups. We never know. But I think they want to clarify, what kind of Lightning Lane it's going to have. Splash Mountain had it, so this is going to for sure have it. So we at least know that, right? But whether or not it uses boarding groups, we don't know.
Yeah. Is there a possibility that Florida's goes into individual Lightning Lane? You think they go that route?
Oh man, I hope not. I hope not.
I hope not.
But
I hope it just stays part of regular Lightning Lane. It's just part of
yeah.
options that you could have. Because most recently we had Tron that's on that we've had Cosmic Rewind that's boarding groups, brand new ride. We had Ratatouille that was on boarding groups, brand new ride, and Tron. So the track record didn't even Moana Water Experience have boarding groups?
Um, I think they were planning on doing it, but they never like really did it because they had
Yeah.
like a queue set up for it, like kind of over by the seas, like on the side of the seas pavilion, and
Hmm.
then uh, and then they like never ended up using it, so they just opened it.
Yeah. So Florida kind of has a track record of throwing new things on boarding group, but I don't know. I feel like this ride's too big, and it's too much of a big deal that people to travel to Florida and not get the opportunity to ride it. It'd be a huge bust. Because that's the last thing you want to do is go to Florida. You don't get a boarding group and you're screwed. It's like, well, what the heck? Okay. What do you think about the sizzle reel, or I guess just a video that they gave us? What are your thoughts on that one, Daddy?
I liked the concept of it. They're bringing it back to New Orleans. It's a big parade, right? And we know there's a big celebration involved with the attraction itself. And also the fireflies leading the way, just like they do in the movie. So it brings it back to a couple things. I kind of wish that although this is a really cool sizzle reel and having all that stuff with Tiana and Lewis and all that, I would have loved to see like some clips of the inside of the attraction real quick.
That's what I want. That's what I want.
Yeah, or maybe like showing like a log going down the fall.
Yeah. Just like a visual from being on the log at some point in the ride. Just I want to get excited. I want to see what's inside. What are the big moves coming? At the end of the day, they did drop Imagineering video that like went over a lot of it. But it would have been cool for this like sizzle reel to just really drop all the information, or not drop all the information, but like really sneak peek inside the ride. I guess you could say we've got a lot of sneak peeks already, but I want to see them like physically in the ride. Like, what are these gonna look like? Especially all the love and like madness that happened recently at Fantasy Springs. Fantasy Springs really set the bar pretty damn high. Pretty much the highest. I don't think there's any higher bar than what they did in Fantasy Springs. Tokyo. This Tiana ride has a big follow up after Frozen, Tangled, and Peter Pan ride. Um, Before we keep going into Tiana's and everything over here at our Disneyland, how do you feel about all the Fantasy Spring rides, Danny? Because pretty much everything's been blogged and talked about now. Like, how are you absorbing it all the Tokyo fun?
I really, really like the Peter Pan ride. I was shocked at the implementation of. It's almost like a better version of Spider-Man, like the Spider-Man attraction at Islands of Adventure in Universal Orlando. Um, it's like it seems like it's more implemented smoother in a way that wouldn't get you as nauseous as that ride does. Really seamless transitions between it's giving like a little bit of Forbidden Journey, like as you go through the attraction and you're like you're like swaying and then like moving to the next screen, and so it's giving like Forbidden Journey, Harry Potter, Spider Man. But I like how the characters in the films interact with the show elements too. So like there's
Yeah.
a there's a scene where like Tiger Lily and one other, I think it's Wendy and Tiger Lily or some other character, they're jumping on like a drum, and like it moves up and down as they're jumping on it. So I think it's really cool that that was implemented that way, and that ride is so long. Jeez, I was
I
shocked at how
know
long.
that's one thing I was shocked about the Peter Pan ride.
Yeah,
Um,
it is really long. So the rumors are that this could be the same technology that they would utilize for the Avengers attraction, which I could see them doing, which would be really cool. Let's just hope that they do some of those really cool practical effects where um, the characters on screen interact with the materials in real life. Um, the only thing I don't like about it is I saw the guests wearing 3D glasses. I really just like don't like 3D. Like it's so hard with like Forbidden Journey of Harry Potter had 3D, and and I think Forbidden Journey of Harry Potter in Japan also had 3D at one point, and they took them both away because it just made people sick, and it was too hard to maintain. I'd rather just have a really high quality, like the highest quality 4K, 8K projection you could possibly have, and then just forego the 3D. I think it'd be like such a better experience all around. But overall, I think the attractions like very impressive, and especially the queue and the exterior. All of the attractions they added are amazing, and it's crazy to think that they're adding four. Like they get four new rides plus like restaurants and snack stands and all sorts of stuff. A hotel,
the
a
Lang
hotel.
Hotel. it's dude, Fantasy Springs just went off. They just went off. They they followed through with whatever their vision was. One thing I didn't get uh, from Fantasy Springs was like, oh, they budget cut that. That got that. They definitely didn't invest in that. Like there was no, like there's no thoughts of budget cut. The only thoughts when I look at all the Fantasy Springs stuff is like, wow, like you're just impressed. You're just like, this is the same company that gave us web slingers not that long ago. What? It's just mind boggling. It's literally mind boggling. The Peter Pan ride. I feel like after I've seen the full ride through of it, I was just like, I really love this because it's like an original animation of
Yeah.
whatever the heck you're watching. Like we've never
Uh-huh.
seen that animation of Peter Pan, so to me, that's really cool that they're taking something so old and making it today, and then it's like they kept the heart of what Peter Pan was and is. Everything surrounding Peter Pan. They really brought it to life, and I know it screens, but I feel like what you're seeing and what you're going through. Danny said it best. It has a really awesome charm. There's like a really great charm and uh, just a magical aspect to it of Peter Pan. I love it. I do love all the rides that came over there. Tangled is just incredible. The Frozen ride, even more incredible because they freaking added stuff to it. Um, it's just very impressive. Uh, I really wish whatever vision was over there could also be just have some influence of whatever's coming for Disneyland forward, but it's probably not. It's just different teams, I guess that you could say work over there and over here in the United States. We got 34 months from Jess Loves Coffee. I'm happy to be a channel member, mod to this wonderful channel. Thank you. Holy macaroni.
Thank you, Jess.
With awesome mods and a great Five Fire community over these years. Thank you. Five Fire. Jess Loves Coffee. Thank you, Jess. I appreciate all your time. Always. Thank you for being such an incredible mod. Um, let me see. We got Mike. Hey guys, I would, or it says, would Fantasy Springs footprint fit somewhere in Disneyland Forward? I don't think there's any talks of like a complete clone type of thing, but I could see pieces of that Disney Spring inspiration come our way. But I don't know. It's too early to tell. We have to go through D23, right, Danny? Like to really get into
Well,
it.
we were talking about this on Orange Grove 55. I actually had an opportunity to join their show, and we were talking about Fantasy Springs, and then we realized um, I don't think there's ever been a time, Mondo, and you think about it too, because I can't think of one, where Disney World or Disneyland copied or cloned anything from Japan. I don't think it's happened. We've taken stuff from Shanghai and other things, but um, the only thing I could think of is like truly like Tokyo Disney Resort kind of like pioneered the efforts to do a trackless ride. I think their first one was like Aquatopia, and then after Aquatopia, they had Winnie the Pooh's Honey Hunt, and Winnie the Pooh's Honey Hunt to this day is still like one of the coolest rides to ever exist. And I remember when it first came out a really long time ago. We were always like, man, we really wish we could get um, a ride like that had no tracks, trackless ride system, and then eventually we got Rise of the Resistance, right? So, and Mickey and Minnie's. So I mean, I guess you could look at it that way, like, but I can't think of an instance where we did have cloned anything from Tokyo, and they have a lot of different. They have like their own unique Tower of Terror. They have their own unique Soarin' that's very different from ours. Um, they still have Splash Mountain, and
Yeah,
they're probably not gonna get rid of theirs.
they got Thunder
So
Mountain. They got Thunder Mountain. I don't know everything about Disney Sea or Tokyo, like Disneyland Tokyo. Do they have Thunder Mountain?
I don't know. I know they have their own version of Test Track and Radiator Springs Racers. It's called Journey to the Center of the Earth. Um,
That ride's amazing, and it's a rich.
yeah. So like they all their rides, like we haven't really cloned anything from them. So like
So, are you trying to
I don't know.
say the time is coming that we clone?
No, I'm saying like the chances seem low of us cloning anything from Fantasy Springs because like we've never done it. So
Yeah. Oh, you're saying maybe the chances are low, not high.
yeah, the chances are low that we'd probably get anything from Fantasy Springs because I can't think of an instance where we have cloned anything from Japan. Where we've taken stuff from Paris, from Hong Kong, from Shanghai, all the parks that Disney has an ownership in, right? So
Damn, that's interesting. That's I didn't look at it that way. We got Anthony gifting a membership. Thank you, Fire Community. It went to Small World Life. Heck yeah. Small World Life. You get to use the emojis. Thank you so much, Anthony. Appreciate you, man. Fire. We also got Theme Park and Things with Johnny dropping a super chat. Where are you at, Johnny? I see it. Here we go. Heard Fantasy Springs is exclusive to Tokyo only. Uh, that kind of goes in line with what Danny's saying. Maybe we could use some of their ride system technology. How Danny was saying with trackless. So maybe we get inspiration from Tokyo, not necessarily clone their incredible rides. They have a really cool Indiana Jones, don't they? Man, I have to watch.
yes, they do. Yeah, Indiana Jones and Kingdom of the is it the Crystal Skull? I think it's the Crystal Skull.
Is it in Disney Tokyo Sea or Disneyland?
I think it's in Disneyland.
I just want to look at pictures. Uh,
They have that really cool smoke ring effect on theirs.
a smoke ring?
Yeah.
What the heck? Oh, I think I found a picture. Is it like swirling smoke in the middle?
Well, yeah, that's like they have a tornado. Yeah.
What the, dude? I feel like one day I just need to watch a bunch of Disney Japan ride throughs just to get familiar with everything over there because I'm not the most familiar with that stuff. All
Here,
right,
Armando.
or
Oh,
where is
okay,
it?
never mind. I just said I sent you one from Attractions 360.
Let me
But
see. Oh, it just says empty message. It's just loading. Ah, it's just text. I don't think a link came through.
Okay, hold on. There goes it one more time.
Breck says fireballs blow at you at the end of your escaping the temple.
Yeah, it's like a smoke rings.
What the heck?
Even the outside looks cool.
Let me
I mean,
see.
ours looks cool too, but
All right. We got SoCal Attractions 360 or Attractions 360 on YouTube. Freaking incredible people. It's the ending.
look at that queue, dude. Oh my
Damn.
gosh.
Like, I've never seen this. Uh, damn. What the heck? That's just the queue. Wow. So the ending? Let me see.
Oh yeah, the smoke rings. Boo.
Right in the
Isn't that
face.
cool?
So they don't have like a big boulder. They have a smoke ring.
Yeah.
What the heck is this stuff? Faces? Wow. Crazy, dude. Yeah, Tokyo goes on another level. All right, to revert back to Tiana's, how are you feeling about a June 28th day, Danny? Are you going to be traveling out there? You're ready to book your trip in a month and a half time span? How do you feel about this like opening date?
I don't know. Maybe if I can get like a preview day for Disney Vacation Club, I would do it. But going to Disney World in June and July is the worst thing I've ever experienced in my life. So it is the hottest. Like literally, I was wearing sandals in Epcot, and my feet were like literally burning through the sandals. It was so hot. So
Oh, dude, why do you think they chose June? June 28th. Uh,
it's right before. It's the weekend before the July holiday weekend.
uh,
I mean,
okay.
July is like right in between. So it's like that's the week. That's the weekend, and then the July is like midweek next week. So it's like the first weekend. Like so, maybe people have that weekend off. That's my thought on it. I feel like more people would have that weekend off than maybe the weekend after July. So they
Mm,
were trying to maybe get both.
so it's like double dipping here. Get some of that late June and all the people traveling for 4th of July. Uh, that's what the weather is looking like. This is obviously could be completely wrong. Um, I was reading on a website too that June is like a very rainy month in Florida. Did it rain? You were in Florida one time in June, like literally June,
Yeah,
or July.
yeah, in June.
Did it rain on you when you were out there?
Yeah, it rains every day, like between um, like sometimes between 2 and 3, and then it's for like 30 minutes to an hour, and then it will stop, and then it gets sunny again.
Dude,
Um,
look at
but if
this.
you look at that Mondo, the temperatures are
This is
plus 90, so it means above 90,
this is
and
July.
then
This is July, Danny.
oh okay, but look at the night. The night's 80 degrees, dude. That's so low. Oh my
Dude, I gotta tell a story. Um, was it Luminous? No, I think it was Harmonious. I think it was Harmonious. Whenever that was, it was very very hot. It was nowhere. I don't think it was anywhere near like the high 90s, but it was hot. And I wore a sweater because I knew it was gonna rain. And I was like, I'm just gonna wear a sweater. You know, it's gonna get cold at night. Blah blah blah. It was still hot. It was extremely hot at night. Just because the sun goes down in Florida doesn't mean it's like not hot as heck. Like it's brutal at night. It's brutal, and it'll rain on you even though it's 10 o'clock at night. It's still gonna rain on you and be hot. Man, I as much as my heart says, Danny, I want to go. I looked at the flights, and for one person, it's looking like in the five. It's like 475 ish to like 600 for a round trip. If I was to go like June 27th to Sunday, so Thursday to Sunday. I don't know, dude. I feel, in my opinion, they waited too long. Uh, Somebody coming out of state, I feel like at this point I might as well just wait for a Halloween or Christmas. Just get the double whammy. You get a themed seasonal thing and Tiana's Adventure. And you already know Tiana's is going to be crazy busy for at least a month, maybe even longer, for all we know, if it's like a big success. So I don't know. Like, as a fan, I feel like I'm just kind of discouraged. And then I didn't get to see inside the ride today. Oh man, I don't know. I'm not. I'm still extremely excited for the ride, and I can't wait to do it one day. But to travel to Florida in this June 28th time period, I don't know, dude. I feel like it's a big no for me right now. That's how I feel. Oh, I feel. Yeah, and then you know what people keep telling me, Danny? Like what Arlene's saying, Disneyland is right around the corner, so why go crazy going to Florida? Now that June 28th is official, how far away is Disneyland? Just
I'm still sticking with D23.
wow, so you're saying August. August. We got Drew. Check out Drew. He dropped a YouTube video today. Check out Drew's channel, man, and follow him on Twitter. This uh this like whole time period, Drew's been on it with updates on Twitter. So August. If it's August, does that mean like we could get previews in July? Because you know they're going to do probably pass holder preview, DVC for sure, DVC preview. DVC.
I don't know. Disneyland hasn't been really big on the previews lately. Disney World has, but we aren't about that life.
Well, I was gonna say DVC is like the new god out here for Disney, so
I know.
they have to do at least DVC preview. They have to at Disneyland.
Yeah. By the way, Drew, the Disney dude, he's claiming the unofficial title of Tiana's Bayou Adventure CEO, which rightfully earned, actually.
Yeah, for real. That's Drew's been on it every freaking day. I checked Drew.
He's been digging a little deeper every day.
We're almost there. Jacob says, I think Tiana Bayou Adventure opening day Disneyland like November sometime. I don't think so, dude. I think they're trying to go way earlier than a November time period. Man, I wish I could go a little deeper with Tiana information, but we really didn't get much. They gave us the New Orleans high school band, and that was kind of it. All right, I'm gonna switch gears here. We're gonna go dig a little deeper at Camp Snoopy. Camp Snoopy, what? What's
Push us
going
back
on here?
Let Mondo. Can you just say, like, you called this from literally day one? And it's so funny because Jen Arredondo, I love Jen, but she was in here fighting you every single day, being like, "No, they can put it up real fast."
Jen was
She
optimistic.
was like, "No, I've seen it, Mondo. They can put it up real fast. They're already doing it." And I'm just like, and you're just like, "I don't know. I don't think so."
I got a Twitter. Man, I'll just go to the YouTube. I did a YouTube video on it recently. Dude, Jen was like, it's gonna happen. I believe.
Yeah, I believe.
You know, I would believe too, but the thing is, they got to do testing, and without the testing, nothing's gonna open. And after seeing like what all like, I guess you could say, Jurassic World, at Disney, what I guess you could say Tiana's Bayou Adventure right now, they go through a lot of testing. So until we see testing, There's really no way to be like, oh yeah, it could open soon, dude. We got dirt fields, literal dirt fields out here. They got the vehicle right there on the track for Tinder Paw Camp Snoopy ride, whatever they're calling it. But yeah, dude, this just had. They were trying to say this was going to open by May 24th, Danny.
No way.
And then the one that really breaks my heart is the Camp Snoopy Theater, because dude, it looked awesome for everything that they put on like video, and they gave us like artwork on it. It looked like it was going to be incredible. It's a dirt field. We got a dirt field out there. But let me go to this article. This is from the Orange County Register. Knott's Berry Farm pushes back opening date for Camp Snoopy makeover. Construction delays postpone the official debut. I haven't read this myself. Peanut fans, grade schoolers, and their parents will have to wait a little longer to get their Camp Snoopy fix. Now at Knott's Berry Farm has delayed the grand opening of the Kittyland, undergoing its first extensive overhaul in a decade. Construction delays have been postponed. New time frame likely pushes back the full return of Camp Snoopy to late June or early July. I'm going to go on a limb and say October. I'm telling you, I have it might even be Christmas for all we know. Camp Snoopy makeover. We wouldn't even have to read all that. Man. Any thoughts on this, Danny?
Yeah, I'm going with more towards we'll see like end of summer. I think they'll probably be able to debut the roller coaster by like 4th of July, so they can at least have that open. But as far as the rest of the rides that they've got, that I mean, they haven't even done anything over by like where the Ferris wheel used to be, and they
It's a
have the
dirt
off road
field.
jeeps, the train, all that stuff. So like, there's just so much to do. I really hope that there's two things with the theater. I hope the theater's done by Halloween, because I really want them to bring back some sort of Scary Farm show at that theater, like they did with the drum show, Wicked Drums, and like the other witch show that they had. Because now that we have a proper theater, I think that'd be really cool. That's the Gauntlet, so that could be a really fun show during Scary Farm. So I hope they do use it for Scary Farm once it's done. So
Yeah. And Boysenberry Festival ends today at Knott's Berry Farm. Um, I was reading. I got to go over our Knott's Adventure because she put it all perfectly. And our Knott's Adventure is literally, in my opinion, the heartbeat of Knott's Berry Farm. She is the heartbeat. She did her Boysenberry recap, and let me read it. We got Jen in the chat, by the way. Uh, that's a wrap for 2024 Boysenberry Festival, and here are the pros. Plenty of food option, weekday entertainment for the first month, a lot of new merch, park decor was beautiful as always. Cons, this is what I wanted to get to. Extended too long, in our opinion. Tasting card prices online versus in park. We miss seeing other Peanut characters. Would have loved to seen a rotation of more than just Lucy and Sally. Missing entertainment options from previous year. Would we like to see in the next year? New shows, mini stage and birdcage. More balance on tasting card options. There was a lot of desserts and drinks. Betty
agreed.
Boysen as a walk around character. That's like the new like plushie that arrived. That's a boysenberry. And there you go. Just wanted to read that recap from our Knott's Adventure.
Yeah, I feel like the time frame was too long too. We didn't really need to go into May. I don't think. March and April would be good. Keep it as long as Disney has the Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah.
When I think of the Boysenberry Festival, just in the past, I always think of the month of March. Like I look forward to March because of the Boysenberry Festival, and I feel like if they do it for too long, um, it kind of cheapens the festival a little bit. It makes it not as like you kind of get tired of it, and then you don't really look forward to it. So um, I want them to come up with some new decor next year. I love the decor, but it's kind of the same old. And I want them to keep the time frame a little bit shorter. And agreed, there was a lot of dessert options, but we had some really fire options. We had that breakfast burger. I loved that breakfast burger inside the Grizzly Creek Lodge.
I loved it too. I loved it too.
Yeah, there was just so many cool things that like um, I'm sad I didn't get to try more, but all the stuff I did try I liked. But there was quite a bit of dessert options, and I think the worst item of all of Boysenberry Festival was the charcuterie plate. I mean, it literally was just like lunch meats on a plate with some with like I think the most
Dude,
terrible
people
part about
hated that
that.
item because I talked to like at least 2 or 3 people that were like, it was the worst item. They said the same thing.
Yeah, well, the worst part about it is that like it was like $17 or something like that, and you got like six crackers, and it's just like, what am I paying for here? Like, what is this?
But even if you got more meats, Danny, it wasn't gonna dent. It wasn't gonna the goodness wasn't coming. I think it was SoCal Tall Guy that I remember. I think he posted about it. Oh, I wouldn't be able to find it real quick.
Arnott's Adventure says the $18 Lunchables.
I think it's right here. He did SoCal Tall Guy on Instagram. Where is it? Let me see. I'm pretty sure he did.
That looks good too. Oh, we had that. That was good.
Yeah, it was really good. I think it's right here. I think it's right here. Berry mango smoothie. I didn't try it. That one.
I wanted to try that, but I couldn't.
Oh, there it is. There.
Oh, like 1 out of 5. Look at the amount of crackers. Look at the amount of crackers they give you, Mondo. 6 crackers. $18.
$18. When you mentioned it, this is where my mind went. Is because I remember SoCal Tall Guy. I talked to him. I think it was that day, and he was like, "Dude, that thing was brutal." It was
Mondo, it's literally 3 pepperonis folded, 3 salamis, and some cheese and 6 crackers.
Oh man, I just want to say I give props for not trying to do that, but like a charcuterie plate being $18 has to come through, because a lot of people are in that the red barn or whatever it's called. People get their alcohol, so they're there a lot. There's a lot of people you could have sold this to, and word of mouth goes quick when something's that bad, dude. At a price point of $18, brutal. Like nobody would try it again. That was a one and done for a lot of people.
Did they? Someone asked, or Arlene asked, did they have the mudslide? I know that was one of your favorites, Mondo.
It gone. I feel like Knott's is like, what's your favorite item? We're not bringing it back. I don't know why. Mudslide is just like it could be there all year long. A boysenberry mudslide all year long. They should just have that. It should be a regular thing. It's a staple of Boysenberry Festival, but they didn't bring it back. Who knows why? Who knows why? We got a super chat from Madame Mazel Papel. Hi, Mondo, Danny. Happy Speculation Sunday. I'm afraid of drops/thrill rides, so I can't wait for your POV of TIANA'S. Princess and the Frog is one of my faves. By the way, your hair looks great. Danny, it looks amazing.
Thank you.
I said the same thing to Danny when I saw him today on the video. I was like, dude, your hair looks great. Oh man. Do you consider TIANA'S a thrill ride? Is that a thrill ride?
Yes, 100%. Because the drop is for some people, Splash Mountain's drop was way too big, and they were too afraid to do it. So, I feel like when you're in that category, you're a thrill ride. So, it hasn't changed. So I think it's definitely in that category for thrills, chills, and spills.
Yeah, the drop in Florida, I don't know what it is. I think Disneyland's is more intense. I couldn't tell you which one's taller or bigger or whatever, but I feel like Disneyland, the intensity is higher. Maybe because you're on a two seater, it's different than like on a one seater kind of thing. I don't know. Which one is more of a thrill, Danny? Disneyland or Walt Disney World? Or you think they're both the same? The drop, the big drop.
Disneyland for sure. I think Walt Disney World. You know, you're kind of not floating on the drop. You're on like a track, so it seems a little bit softer. And like Disneyland, you're like legitimately floating, and then like you're going over the fall, and you can't even see the bottom because it's like misted. So like it's a mystery how deep you're falling, and as a kid, you make that face that because you don't know, like your stomach's falling out your butt, like you don't know what's happening.
Dude, we're talking about the big drop. We got to show one big drop.
Is this Mondo right here?
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to feel that, dude. I just feel. I can't wait. I can't wait to feel that at Disneyland. Madam is up, Uphill. Thank you for the super chat. Um, uh, let's move on.
Someone asked, "Is Tiana's a ride that you'll get on?" Yes, it is. I loved Splash Mountain. I'll love Tiana's even more because of how much better they're making the actual ride part on the inside. So for sure, the only bummer about our Splash Mountain is that um, over the years, for some reason, it just became like a you get wetter than you do on Grizzly River Run. And I don't know when it changed because I remember you could ride this ride and barely get wet, and then just all of a sudden that interior drop was just like it made the ride
the
not
bear
fun.
butt.
Because,
Literally
yeah,
the
the bear
bear
butt
butt.
drop. You would just get so wet, it was like not even fun.
Dude, the bear butt will rock you. Even if you're in the back seat, there's probably an inch of water in your log sometimes, and your feet are done. Soggy feet rest of the day. Yeah, dude, the bear butt. I don't even think the massive drop. It's like half the wetness you get on the bear butt. I'm really curious what the bear butt will be in Tiana's. Have you ever speculated on that, Danny?
I haven't. I haven't.
I'm guessing. Do you think they put Lewis's butt? They just put another butt there because there is a Lewis, like his butt stuck in a log. What is the speculation on the bear butt? Just take a walk.
Maybe it's Raymond and he tells you like, "Hey, follow the fireflies to Mama Odie," and then like you see there's like a firefly effect, and then you go down the drop because you're following the fireflies, and then when you come back up, there's like all the fireflies around you.
And if you're wondering what part we're talking about, oh my gosh, did I get stuck right here? What the heck? It's right. Oh, I went too far.
Bear
Man,
butt.
I'm trying to. If I can remember, there was a lot of lights just not working on Splash Mountain when I filmed this one. Uh, but there's a bear butt right there. It's just not coming through. But this part of Splash Mountain, at least at Disneyland, you get racked. This is where like the honeycombs and stuff were. But I could see that. It just becomes the Firefly section, kind of all magical. Probably projection mapping will be there. Um, Let me see. I'm just reading through the chat right now. Maybe different because Florida vehicles are bigger and wider. Yep. It's the two-seater over there.
Yeah, they got lap bars too.
All right, let me move on, Danny. I want to get into something very interesting because it's going to be the talk of the town very soon. Phantasmic returning to Disneyland. We
Yep.
are, someone said
And
12
before we
days
transition,
away.
Mondo, I just wanted to say real quick, Arnott's Adventure wanted to point out, don't forget the log ride is open once again, and they fixed the guy inside with the water hose. He's there wrecking people with that water again.
I will go on it. I should be at Knott's this week. I will go on it to. I want to get wrecked myself. It's been kind of hot. Oh man! And I want to get on the log ride before schools get out, and it's just 3 hours every freaking day. All right, let's talk about some Phantasmic, Danny. Phantasmic dining packages have dropped, and it was for Blue Bayou. Very under the radar. Disney didn't really officially, hey, go get a reservation for Blue Bayou for Phantasmic, but it happened. Um, what do you think's going to happen? Are we going? I know we've talked about it, but we haven't talked about it on the live, Danny. Originally, Hungry Bear had some to-go dining packages for Phantasmic. Blue Bayou had dining, and Riverbell Terrace. I don't think Cafe Orleans had it. The ones that I could distinctly remember, it was those three: Hungry Bear, Riverbell Terrace, and Blue Bayou. Um, what are some changes that might happen, Danny, in your speculation?
Well, check availability. Let's see if it's there.
Yeah, why does it say $30? That's crazy. That's new. Oh, it's blogging. It's taking me out. Um, Let me try on my phone. What the
Let
heck?
me try. Let me try on my phone.
Yeah, hey, maybe we get our Phantasmic dining package right here, right now. It didn't say $30 earlier, Danny. Oh my Lanta. All right, well, stand by.
Everyone's trying.
Why does it say $30? Like, what do I click? Hungry Bear? Is that how it would come up? All right, let's try.
It says no reservations.
Yeah, why is it saying $30? Well, let me scroll down. Maybe there's some freaking information here. Feast on Phantasmic, Blue Bayou. We know that. That's the premium. Uh, $30. Where's the $30? They haven't given it to us. Yeah, it's just Blue Bayou. It's just Blue Bayou. All right, let's get into it. Why is there a $30 option, Danny?
There used to be reservations for the Hungry Bear restaurant, which would offer a to-go package, which had really great viewing. They had really good meal options too. We talked about it on the show previously. We still really recommend that option. I think the best way to do that is to get a reservation for like an early lunch, and then get your meal out of the way, and then during your meal you get your tickets for your show later that evening. So it's a little bit harder to do those to go packages closer to your showtime, because you're rushing to get your food and eat it before the show starts a lot of times because the lines are so long. Now, if you've seen that area right now over in Critter Country and New Orleans Square area, it's all construction. And now Critter Country is completely closed off, and it's definitely not opening between now and when Phantasmic starts.
No way.
So there's no way Disney wants to attract that kind of crowd over to Hungry Bear Restaurant. It can already barely accommodate the crowds that are going there because it's kind of like a dead end area. So my personal belief, just based on what we saw happen earlier when Disney first announced the Phantasmic packages for Blue Bayou and they went live last week, a reservation system also went live for Rancho del Zocalo. And during that same week, we also saw Rancho del Zocalo's menu get a little bit of an overhaul. In some ways, not a positive way, right? We lost that big tostada salad that a lot of people liked, but it seemed like they did more of a simplification of Rancho del Zocalo's menu, maybe in preparation for Blue Bayou to go dining packages, or not Blue Bayou, Fantasmic to go dining packages. But Rancho del Zocalo showed up in the app where you could book reservations, which has never happened at that restaurant before. So the speculation on Reddit, anyway, was that Rancho del Zocalo was going to be the next location for to-go dining packages for Fantasmic, and it makes sense, right? It's a restaurant that can better accommodate those crowds right now. There's no construction happening in that area, and it's still along the river's edge, close enough to Fantasmic. The simplification of the menu would make more sense, right? Giving people to go option menu items with like tacos and chips instead of beans and rice is a
Yep.
little bit easier to give someone as a to go option. That would last a little bit longer than like beans and rice. Rice can get stale pretty fast and kind of hard. Beans the same, right? If they sit out for a little bit, so it's not as easy to do those prepackaged meals. Plus, the other nice thing about Rancho del Zocalo, they've got multiple areas inside the restaurant, like sectioned off. There's like an area where you go get your desserts and stuff like that. So they could easily accommodate like one of those other sections to do like a Fantasmic like pickup area for your meals. So that's the current speculation, is that the Fantasmic to go dining option will be Rancho del Zocalo, um, and that that's the reason for the menu change, right? Getting your to go menu items would not include rice and beans anymore. It would include chips. So, um, still really worth it though for about $30. You're getting your reserve viewing for Fantasmic, a pretty good meal from Rancho del Zocalo, and there's plenty of dining room there. So I think all in all, this is a good change, and honestly, I could even see them making this more permanent,
Huh.
um,
I, I
and not ever going back to the Hungry Bear.
I found the post. It's Roger Rodriguez on Twitter. Rancho de Zocalo has updated their menu. Gone are the enchiladas, along with rice and beans on the side, with burrito and street tacos. They just come with chips. So, if you look at the menu, that's what Daddy's talking about. It's all there, just chips. Oh man, I'm excited. I'm cool with it. Uh, to me, as long as there's a $30, $40, whatever it is, dining package for Fantasmic, I'm cool with it. It is what it is. And I think it's a nice change. Hungry Bear had a lot of barbecue. Now they're going with the Mexican food. Um, the one I was saying, I kind of wish the Fantasmic dining packages would have came to Tiana's Palace. That would have been cool. Be at Tiana's Palace, right outside Fantasmic, but there's really no seating to accommodate for stuff like that. At Tiana's, it's very tight over there, but it would have been cool. It would have been cool. We got 16-month member chat. Jamie Lynn, thank you for 16 months. Fire. Hey Monto, happy Mother's Day to all the moms, especially to Mystery Bay, who we miss on the lives. Are you gonna go to Walt Disney World for opening day? Expectations, fire. At this point in time, I'm leaning towards no. But if they do pass holder preview and maybe flights are better, maybe. Uh, I don't know. My heart is saying go to Florida, but my brain says it's hot as hell. It's gonna rain. It's probably gonna be nuts, and I don't know. I think if like Disneyland wasn't getting a Tiana's Bayou Adventure, I would no matter what go. But at the same time, we're gonna get a Tiana's Bayou Adventure, so it's like I don't know. It's holding me back. That's just how I feel. But my expectations are high. We've already seen the animatronics. They all look wonderful. The movements. We just have to see how they did the interior and projection mapping. We'll see. We'll see what this story is going to come to life. We're not that far away. Less than a month, pretty much. Because I did hear, I don't know if you heard it too, Danny, that like second week of June we could possibly have a media day, which will spoil everything. So we might see everything before June 28th. Big Fan says premium package for the 9 p.m. show costs 75 per adult, 45 ages 3 to 9, plus gratuity. That's about $4 less for an adult child than adult child at Blue Bayou. All right, all right. What do we got? NF says save your money and keep your focus on California Disneyland. I'm really feeling that. Pass holder preview at Walt Disney World is May 14th. No, they're going to give more information on May 14th. There's no way it opens May 14th. That'll be crazy. All right, that's it for me, Danny. Anything else that you wanted to talk about that we didn't get to?
No, not really. I think Tiana's was the biggest news, right? The only other thing I wanted to mention was just surrounding downtown Disney. There's a lot happening. If you want to pull up my tweet that I posted yesterday, there's a couple things. So the first one I wanted to cover was Pixar Place Hotel. Obviously, that opened earlier this year in January, but one of the locations never opened, and we were wondering why it never opened. But it kind of made sense, right? It was cold. Not a lot of people were using the pool deck at the Pixar Place Hotel. It wasn't the summer season yet, but they have a quick service location that never opened with the park, which was the Small Bites. I finally had a chance to go there yesterday because I had heard that it just opened. And I tried their big pretzel. It came with like a spicy queso and some mustard. Pretty good. Better than the one in Pim's Test Kitchen, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Uh,
Danny, if that would have been beer cheese, no, thank you.
no, it was like a spicy queso.
Yeah, good. That sounds amazing. I'm cool with
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good actually. So this one was good. There's a lot of great food options there. When I went there, I had already just eaten booth food from all the from the booths over in the Pixar Fest like food festival. So I didn't want to get too much there. We did try some drinks there as well. They don't have any Pixar themed drinks or Pixar themed food. It is a location that is operated and controlled by the Great Maple, so there's no Disney affiliation. So even though they are Pixar themed as far as like the logo and like the decorations, they have no themed food. So that's the only thing that's kind of weird, I would
it.
say. Like usually you expect like Disney desserts or like Mickey cupcake or whatever at a quick service location, and there's just like none of that there because it's
Pixar,
not.
like Pixar cupcakes, Pixar cookies,
Yeah,
Pixar.
something or like a slice of Pixar cake or something. So that was the only thing that I would say that's weird, but um, it's really peaceful up there. A lot of people don't think they're allowed to go there, but you really are. It's open to everyone. I asked multiple times just to make sure. It's not exclusive to guests staying there, so it's a really great place to go sit in the shade. Nice breeze on the rooftop there of that convention space where the pool is located. It's up on the third floor, so you have to go into the lobby of the Pixar Place Hotel, take an elevator to the third floor, and that's where the pool deck is located and the Small Bites restaurant. It's also where you can meet Bing Bong as well.
Have they added the what's his name, Joe from Soul? Or not added? Is he still there? Because I don't really see a lot of blogging of the hotel anymore. Is Joe still there? Joe Gardner?
Yeah, he's still there. I saw him just the other day. He still has his little. He plays his sets inside the lobby at the piano, and he brings with him his little like accessories that are from the movie. And when he finishes his set, he was talking about like the different things that he had on his piano. And if you saw the movie, like it made sense, you know. So he's still doing that. I thought that was pretty cool that they still kept that up. But yeah, I definitely think You got to go try out Small Bites, Mondo, and let us know what you think.
Yeah, I got to get out there. I haven't been out there since I guess right before the grand opening of it all. What's up, Benji? Hit the like button, everybody. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Um, I don't know how I forgot to talk about this. This is at least I thought it was a big deal. The Pixar booths opened today, or not today, opened this week. I think it was Friday, and I've heard mostly negative reviews. Danny, you had a
Yeah.
chance to try some. Have you posted your video?
It's posting tomorrow. It's
Okay.
posting tomorrow. Yeah. I have a little bit of updates for Disneyland, and then so I tried some of these foods. I tried the
And
the chicken nuggets.
these are photos from food at Disneyland. Sorry about that,
I
Danny.
tried the chicken nuggets that are like Impossible Chicken from the Elemental booth, and then I tried both of the margaritas from the Elemental booth as well. And those were really good actually. But the chicken nugget, like Impossible Meat things, were not. Those were not good. So those, but like I know, the thing that seemed to me, Mondo, the most embarrassing was at Gusto's to go. They had the ratatouille pizzetta, which was, yeah, it's basically a Lunchables pizza. Like it's a Lunchables pizza, and like you're gonna
My,
charge. That's
my
literally that
reaction,
right there, Mondo.
no,
That
I'm gonna
right
say,
there.
Danny. My first reaction. That sounds good. That sounds good.
But it's
but
$9.
but where did things go wrong?
The price, that $9 for that. Like I don't know, $9, and it's like you can't. That's like 2 bites.
And most importantly, no lanyard, no. I don't even think
Yeah,
you
that's the
can
biggest mistake.
pizza
Is there's
stuff.
no sip and savers. I think it's going to really work against them because people love saving a little money on it, and I feel like it makes people more apt to try it. We were there on opening weekend, and no one was going to the booths. Really, there wasn't a line at any of the booths. But when you have to pay $17 for a cocktail, $9 and $8 for all the different food items, like I don't necessarily know that people are going to try that many. If not, they'll just try one.
I,
But I certainly wasn't going to spend $9 on that. I just couldn't do it.
I feel like you're dropping $25 to $30 on a booth. At what point are you just like, let's go to Lamplight Lounge? I'd rather go drop $30 over there. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. The booth not having a lanyard, like sip and savor per se, it's gonna work horribly against them. The word of
Uh,
mouth has been
David
really
Vaughn,
bad.
David Vaughn told me about those, and he said that it was the worst thing he's ever tried at Disneyland. Period.
This thing right here.
The waffles. And David's usually pretty positive, and he said that was the literal worst thing he's ever had at Disneyland. Like terrible.
Wow, dude. I've got to the point. Okay, let me give you my story, Danny. I went on, I think it was Friday, with the intention of like, I want to try some of these foods. They just debuted. I know people want to hear about them, so I got. They had a paper that had it all like listed, and nothing called my name, Danny. Even though I've already read these things pre-hand a while back, but when you're there in person and you're kind of hungry and you're like, okay, what's calling my name? Nothing called my name. The Pixar food was like the Pixar booth food. It's just like not appealing. Like there's nothing that stands out at all. So I just ended up not getting anything. As the weekend has progressed till today, the bad reviews of the Pixar Fest booth have piled up a lot. Like it's not just like certain creators. It's like a kind of majority of people are saying
Yeah.
like things are just not good, and the fact that you have to pay a la carte, it's kind of more of a brutal Like, I wouldn't try it. Like, I feel like if you had a lanyard, maybe you give something a second chance. Like, oh, it was kind of good. Maybe they just made it bad because, food at booths, there's a lot of inconsistency. It could be good for you, and then the very next one sucks. It's just a different batch, and it's in a booth.
My I saw my Alyssa there, and she said, and she's in the chat here. She said the best thing I ate was the bao bun from Turning Red, but it's $9.
$9. I'd rather go get a bow at Tropical Hideaway. Aren't they like they're like $5.75 over there or something, right? Let me look. I'm just curious. Tropical Hideaway.
View menu.
All right, I'm looking at it right now, Danny. I could get the char siu bao for $6.49. I could get the lime chicken bao for $6.49. Wow, they got a trio of baos. That's new to me. $17.49. So, like $2.50 cheaper. I could go to Tropical Hideaway for a better bao. Or actually, I won't say better bao. I haven't tried the Turning Red one, but man, crazy to just hear because these booths, I don't want to say had a lot of hype or anything, but people were interested because it was something that was like a delayed kind of thing because they didn't start right away with Pixar fast food. All right.
We have a super chat, Mondo, from It Wasn't Me. They said first Knott's $18 Lunchable tray, then Disney $9 Lunchable SMH. What in the Babu Freak is going on here?
Dude, you could get that little Lunchable at the charcuterie plate. You're $30 deep. $30. You haven't even got a drink. Thank you. It wasn't me. It's getting wild at these theme parks. It really is. All right. I favorited a bunch of questions. Thank you, everybody, for joining. And thank you for the super chat. We have, let me see. Breck. We'll start off with Breck. What did you think of Ken Potrock article? They are beyond cloning and reimagining existing attractions for Disneyland Forward. They are beyond cloning? I don't know what that means, Breck. Disney loves cloning things. It's all up in. It's hard to really predict anything for Disneyland Forward until D23. I feel D23 will be like the tipping point where we could go deeper into it. But there's already talks about clone with Shanghai Pirates to Avatar. That's
Yeah, I think I want to bring that up real quick, Mondo. Just I had a chance to talk about that on Orange Grove 55 when I joined their live. We talked a little bit about Disneyland Forward, and I think at this point, right? It was introduced as an initiative, right, that Disney wanted to bring to the city in 2019. So we've been at it for 5 years now, trying to get approval. But I think in the long run, the majority of the people that comment even in this live, that comment on any video you make, they're all like, "Oh, I'm so excited to see Disneyland Forward be built," and it's like. I think almost like by Disney calling it something and by naming it something like this, people, and they spent so much time and money and all this stuff marketing it as such. I think it's doing them a disservice because the majority of the people don't realize, right? We've talked about it here on so many times. Disneyland Forward isn't a project. I think the best thing they could do now moving forward as a company is like get rid of Disneyland Forward and like don't talk about it because
I was talking about
the projects are because like the average person just sees like the news stations and all this stuff talk about Disneyland Forward approved, and then they see these concept artworks, and then like it's almost like Disney right now is in a position where they've teased a lot of stuff over the last few years where they're like, what if we built this? Maybe we could do this beyond Big Thunder. Maybe we could do this over here. Or they promised, Tron in this amount of time, and then we got it in 5 years. Or they promised a whole bunch of stuff at Epcot that literally never happened.
Never even touched Epcot.
And so, like, I think they're already in this space where, like, people are kind of like
King Thanos
upset.
ride.
Yeah, King Thanos ride 3 different D23s, and we still don't know what it is. So, like, they're already in this position where, like, people kind of have lost a little bit of faith in, like, what they talk about. And, like, if they don't get the right message out for Disneyland Forward, people are going to be upset in 5 years' time when all of this isn't being built, because even
When
though that
only
was
a parking garage comes, Daddy.
yeah, because it was never the intention for them to build all this, right? But like the average person doesn't know that. They just think that's what it is. So like you see people in here like, "Oh, I can't wait for Disneyland Forward," or "What ride? I can't wait for all the rides that are going to be in Disneyland Forward." And it's just like there may never be any rides. They just wanted the option to be able to do it, because as it stood right now before last week, right, when we got approval, the only way Disneyland could give us new things is if they took away stuff we already had.
Yep.
That was the only way. Tiana's is a perfect example of that, right? They had to take away a ride that already existed to give us a new version of it. And so Disneyland was just like, hey, we have all this space and we want the option to use it to expand Disneyland so we don't have to get rid of stuff that you guys like and that we have already. And so, but I think the problem is that they've spent so many years talking about Disneyland Forward, people just think it's one big giant thing that's happening. And like I was thinking about it the other day, I was like, man, you know, it's gonna work against them, I think, because like when 5 years from now there's not like 3 new lands and all this stuff, people are gonna be upset. But it's not. That's never what it was supposed to be. But people
I
just
was
see
saying,
Disneyland
Danny,
Forward and they don't.
they got to change the name Disneyland Forward real quick to
Well,
some.
it's not even Disneyland Forward. It'll just be whatever the project is they announce, right? So, if it's Avatar, right? That's what it is. So
Yeah,
like
like this is
Avatar,
not like Fantasy Springs. There's nothing like that. You know what? Because
yeah.
Fantasy Springs is like an extension. I guess they just call it Future Disneyland, Future DCA.
Well, that's what Disneyland Forward is, right? Like it's the initiative was, hey, this rezoning request is bringing Disneyland forward for the next 40 years. Originally, they said 30, but they changed it to 40. So that's all it is. It's just the option to grow over the next 40 years. But the majority of the public, if you were to poll them just based on what they've seen on social media and the news, they think all this is being built in 10 years.
Hmm.
And like that's not the reality of it. In fact, we never get any of those things right there. Maybe they only build on Toy Story and like the where Avatar is going to go, and like they don't ever use those, you know.
You know, it's
So
another perfect example of just kind of like, look at this cool thing coming. Never, it hasn't happened. Portos. Where's Portos? I want my potato balls and all the great desserts that they have to offer. Portos. Who knows if it ever really comes to Downtown Disney. Uh, we got another super chat from Ian, dropping 5. Danny, you were great on OG 55. Can't unsee the Esplanade issues now. Do you think Magic Key will stay on sale through summer? What do you think, Danny?
dang, I think so. I mean, they're out here advertising at Mondo still with those signs, you know?
Yeah, which is shocking because we never saw that.
Oh, you know what shocked me, Mondo? Speaking of old A Esplanade stuff. So I was walking through the Esplanade and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I don't know if I have a picture of it here. Oh man, I really wish I did. Well, anyways, I was walking through the Esplanade and I was walking past one of the ticket booths, and every single window. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I just sent it to you. Every single window on the ticket booth. It was one of the ticket booths closest to the lockers on the DCA side, and every single sticker in the window said "Get the Disney Flex passport," which is a pass, which is a pass they haven't offered in like I don't even know when was the last time they offered Disney Flex, Mondo.
2019? No, not even, huh?
No, like 2017 or something.
Yeah.
But it was so crazy. I couldn't believe like I was just like and
That's
every single window had that and they were just like there and I was just like, "What? These are so old." Like it just proved to me that the ticket booths like, their days are numbered.
like uh, it is shocking that we have ticket booths in general. Because Disney don't sell tickets at the booths. Nothing. There's no ticket to buy in the booths. Where is it? I got it right here, Danny. Man, seeing that like orange Mickey circle thing is like, oh, those are the
Ask about but I like how it just said ask about the all new. The all new. And it was on every window.
damn the good days right there. Your annual pass, no blockout dates. You have
That was
max
$600.
$600. That's like man, just good old days. Uh, the big black guy channel says rumor is Portals wants to back out of the spot because the footprint for the new building on isn't big enough. Uh, who knows, man? Um, from a business perspective, why wouldn't you be on Disney property though? You have this Disneyland Forward coming. You're gonna print money for life. I want to be. If I was Portos, I want to be in downtown Disney. Hell yeah. I find it hard to believe they're backing out. Um, I think it's just like maybe like you're saying, the issue is footprint, and Porto's just they want more, and Disney probably doesn't want to give it to them.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit on the Orange Grove 55, and it was a topic that we were talking about the Esplanade, which is a topic we've talked about here on this show before, but the Esplanade now is so like out of place when you think about it. Like when you look at the theming of the Esplanade and just like what it is, the theme of the Esplanade is still the garden theme, which that theme doesn't exist in downtown Disney anymore, and it made sense at the time because that garden theme went into downtown Disney, and all the planters were leaves on the vine. The ground was like the vine growing through downtown Disney. The big giant leaf folding over the monorail station, which still is there now, but they painted it blue. So they've gone away from that, and they've changed all the cement on that western end of downtown Disney to be like that no like mid-century modern like match the Disneyland hotel kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So we've lost that theme. So like, even I don't know if you got a picture anywhere, Mondo, that you can refer to, but we were showing that on the podcast. The the what do you call it? The banners for Pixar Fest in the Esplanade. Even those light poles, they're themed to the garden. They have like leaves all over them on the top. Like where the lights are, they have like
Yeah.
leaves, and I'm just like these big giant leaves, and I'm like, man, like all this is so like early 2000s, doesn't match the theme anymore. And so to the point of the big black eye channel's comment, um like it could just mean that Disney had originally like thought maybe Portos could happen sooner, but then they had plans change all of a sudden, right? They were prioritizing, shifting priorities. Now we're hearing rumors about Avatar being built on the opposite side of the Esplanade, closer to the harbor side, which could really truly mean some big changes for the Esplanade. So maybe Disney wants to change the Esplanade in some way and spruce it up, right? It's old, it's dated, and it's a bad first impression. We already know they're putting in new turnstiles,
Yeah.
so maybe
That's
maybe we get a change of an Esplanade. So it could just be that Portos had to wait because their location largely sits mainly inside the Esplanade, right? And so they might have had to just wait until Disney was able to announce and share their plans for the Esplanade, and then they could start tearing out ticket booths, all these things, and then the construction for Portos could commence at that time. Um, I don't really hold a lot of a value of what the employees at Earl of Sandwich say. You know, but that's where I think all these rumors started. Is that the Earl of Sandwich employees were saying that like Portos didn't want it. But I think Mondo, the best example for this is look at La Brea Bakery. That's why I don't put like a lot of weight on what the employees say that work there, because look at what happened with La Brea Bakery. Not a single employee that worked at La Brea knew that was happening to them. In
Uh,
fact, in fact, that store closed and they put like a Microsoft Word document on the door that said it was closed because like they literally didn't even know it was happening. And so like it was like immediate, like instantaneously when La Brea closed. So I don't necessarily, until Disney says it, I don't believe it. So once if Disney, but you know, Disney doesn't always say too that like they're not doing something. You know, they kind of just try to forget about it. So
Thanos ride, Wakanda ride, whatever.
yeah. So I don't know. I think I'm hoping maybe if they are backing out, maybe Disney finds a new tenant for that space that
And,
could have the same
and
vibes.
Portos is not coming to this, so this is not Portos.
No.
This is that three different kind of restaurant thing happening over here. Um, yeah, weird scenarios happening with Disney. Let me go to some of the questions that people were asking. Let me go back. Eddie says, "Is there any new speculation for HHN mazes or shows?" Nothing. I'm just gonna keep it as
That's
simple.
what I want to know.
There's nothing.
We did see that new facade though. It's looking really big. It's big. It's a big facade.
Just nothing. Florida dropped some reels, but really doesn't say anything. It's
What about the one on the what about the Parisian courtyard? That one's starting to be built.
no facade though. So it's like I'm just gonna say nothing. There's nothing going on right now. Maybe this week coming up, things get juicy now that Tiana's has been kind of put out there. Maybe Universal takes the spotlight after that. Uh, we got Disney with Denise. When do you think we'll get the new Tiana's Disney Plus announcement? Since the ride is based on the new show, shouldn't they release the show first? Nothing. Crickets. I don't even think it comes out this year. That's Disney media, Disney Plus, Disney movies, Disney shows. They're on the whole we're slowing things down mode, and they're all about quality instead of quantity. So we'll see how that plays out for Bob Iger. Did Riverbell Terrace only have dining packages and you could go to the viewing area? They didn't have packages to watch Fantasmic while sitting at the outdoor tables. The dining packages are for the outdoor tables at
Yeah,
Riverbell.
it's called premium.
Yep, yep. You're looking. I'm guessing $65 to $85. I don't know what they'll be. They haven't put them out yet, but that's what the outside is for dining for Fantasmic. Uh, Let me see. This is an interesting one. I have no idea what to say. What are your thoughts and expectations for Brazil's edition of D23? What does that mean? What?
Yeah, they're D23 that they're gonna have. It's I would say probably geared a little bit more towards stuff happening at Walt Disney World. We're gonna probably see more of that for them there, if there's any news at all, right? In that aspect of it, they Brazil is a huge tourist source for the Walt Disney World Resort, and big tourist groups go there from Brazil. So, um, who knows? Maybe they're going to share, some sort of Disney experience coming to South America somehow,
Wow.
or or they showcase, just some more details. Like maybe we get like preliminary details of D23 stuff, like the major announcements here in Anaheim, and then like they flush out some of those details at the D23 in Brazil with some more concept art, maybe more specifics. Maybe we get like a ride name or something like that.
Damn. Came out of nowhere for me. I didn't even know that. Very interesting. Holy macaroni, Brazil. That's great. We see Universal going to Texas, Great Britain, possibly, or UK. They're going to Vegas, Texas. Oh my gosh, dude, Brazil, Disney. That sounds very interesting. Theme parks. Johnny dropping a super chat. For Disneyland Forward, I would like Moana, Lion King, Aladdin, Lilo, and Stitch. And I think it's time Pocahontas gets her recognition. She deserves a ride. Dude, I've been feeling that love for Pocahontas for a long time. I, I still wish Splash would have became Pocahontas. It just makes so much sense. Like the music, the whole timing of like going down and ending with the big tree alive. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of cool stuff that could have happened. But I feel you, Johnny. I'm down with Moana, Lion King, Aladdin, Lilo, and Stitch. Those are all classics. Like they all have humongous followings. I agree. I agree. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Um, let me see. Let me see. I'm just reading through right now.
Did you hear or get tagged today, Mondo, from anyone that was at Disney because they had a power outage?
At Disneyland?
Yeah,
No, that sucks. What
yeah,
area?
like
Like probably Jungle Cruise.
DCA.
DCA had a power outage. Wow, I never.
Yeah, the all the rides like Incredicoaster. I think Incredicoaster is still down if you look at the map right now.
Wow, that sucks, dude. It's probably busy as heck too. DCA. Credit Coaster's open now. It's open.
Oh,
So
it's open now. Okay.
thank goodness. That sucks. All right, last topic, Danny. Last topic right here. You talked about this a long time ago. It's finally happening. Food at Disneyland posted it. Uh, Marceline's is closing. I think it's tomorrow. I think, or in a day or two. Like it's very soon. Oh, tomorrow.
Yes.
Look
Yes.
what they did. Did you see that?
I did, but I saw it. I took a picture of it at night, so I didn't even want to post it after I saw Disneyland Food at Disneyland's post because I didn't know it was open yet. So at nighttime it was all like just closed up, but the cart was there, so it's ready to go.
Dude, we're gonna get a bigger Marceline's confectionery. It's gonna expand to Disney Dress Shop. Um, Disney's all about selling them treats in downtown Disney. Huge moneymaker. Huge moneymaker.
Hmm.
But I want to let people know Marceline's might look like it's under construction, but they're still going to be selling a lot of the treats. So anybody just traveling to downtown Disney, you're not going to the parks, you're still going to be able to get lots of the famous treats. Probably a more limited selection, but you'll still be able to get some of the like apples, and it looked like they had toffee there, so stuff like that. Um, all right, closing thoughts, Danny. Closing thoughts on everything.
Um, I, I mean, there's a lot happening, especially in downtown Disney, that I think that's worth kind of keeping our eye on. There's a tweet that you didn't pull up yet, but we can talk about for another episode. The new main entrance for downtown Disney
Uh,
looks like it's just weeks away from opening. So that's another thing to keep an eye on. That's going to change the whole look and feel of downtown Disney. We finally have Mondo for the first time at Disneyland. Besides well, not even the hotels actually. Our hotels don't even have it. But well, I guess the only one that does have it is the the Pixar Pier Hotel, Pixar Place Hotel. But we have a security checkpoint with permanent tables and not Costco folding tables, right? So it'll be nice to have a permanent, looks like Walt Disney World security system. You can see right there, they've got the Din Tai Fung signage right there on the building because that's where you walk in. So my guess is right there on the back of Din Tai Fung, those are restrooms. That's what I'm guessing. Because like as soon as you walk in, it'd be good to have restrooms there.
Yeah. Do we get the new turnstiles there?
I don't know what those turnstiles were. Maybe those were just this. I don't know. I don't know what those are.
Remember the concept art had like turnstile? Maybe it was just security. Just security.
Yeah.
We'll get into that next week because
there's a lot to keep an eye on. I don't know what your plans are this week, Mondo, for like coverage wise, like for updates. Are you focusing on Knott's?
No, I'm doing the full shebang this week. Disneyland, Knott's, Universal.
The full tour.
But I feel like with Disneyland, I got to go on the monorail because downtown Disney, a lot of moving parts right now. A lot of moving parts. Danny, let people know, podcast, video to come. Let people know where they can find you.
Yeah, the new video will be out tomorrow on my YouTube channel, Just Ask Danny. And then podcast comes out every week. So it'll be sometime on Wednesday or Thursday. I try to see if I'm going to wait until Thursday if I feel like there's going to be news coming out. So I don't necessarily know that we're going to have any new news come out. So I'll probably just keep it on Wednesday, but we'll go with it. So expect it on Wednesday or Thursday. The podcast is called the 5571 Podcast, and you can subscribe on all the podcast platforms. So check that out as well. But I'm looking forward though, Mondo, to trying some more Pixar Fest foods because even though I know a lot of people are saying negative things about it, I want to go back with you and at least try a couple because I don't like to do it by myself.
I know it's too much, dude. It's too much.
Because you get like one item and then you're like, I'm done. Like I can't try a lot,
I want to try the worst of the worst. I want to be like, this officially sucks. Thank you everybody for joining us. Coverage from me, we're going to do the whole shebang. Disneyland, Knott's, Universal. And before I get out of here, I want to mention this because we got a lot of people in the live. The Star Wars fireworks, or I won't say Star Wars fireworks. The music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the music for the Star Wars music that gets played in Galaxy's Edge for the fireworks of Pixar Fest. I personally, if you trust my opinion, and all the people that were in my live yesterday, 2 days ago, watch them from the First Order. So Kylo Ren's ship area. Everybody and their baby mama wants to go to Millennium Falcon. Just don't even worry about that. It's too ridiculously packed. The First Order side, you got lots of room for activities, and it's more wide open. You don't have the big spires covering your angle, and they pump the music just like they do in Millennium Falcon area. They pump the music at Kylo Ren's ship. So I just want to get that word out there. Anybody going to Disneyland and you're like, I don't want to see Pixar Fest, go watch the Star Wars version. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. But thank you guys so much. If you kindly can, smash that like button. And that's all for today. We are firing it down. The Cali Bay and Just Ask Danny are calling it a day. I'm the main host, Mondo.